Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we are working on a pattern I put together. Turns out there is a pattern number for that. It's pattern number 28. I knew it had to be one of the early ones because this is a relatively simple arrowhead. When it comes to the arrowheads, this is the one that I think of the most. It's just a real simple design. I love it. And today this was more about getting the colors placed in a way that I wanted to. I wanted to have the dark colors kind of coming together towards the center, light colors on the outside, which turned out perfect. There's a little bit of dark colors at the end, as you can see here, but for the most part, it's the light colors going outwards. There is a little bit of light right in the middle. And I realized when I got there that I could have actually changed that up a little bit. It would have been like a single bright dot at the top and then like an X coming through with the next color down and then something in the corners. But I kind of decided that was, it just kind of made the whole thing a little bit busy. The whole point was just to have it get darker to the middle, kind of, and with the fade the way it is, the 6 colors, it looks a little bit like a tie-dye, and I like that. I like that kind of look. That's kind of, or when you drop ink into water. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where the first drop starts to go in, and as it goes in, it's like diluting. Yeah, it has that kind of a feel to it, and I love it. You'll notice I try to do the right hand side first and then build it all up, bring things over from the left hand side until it's all built up, then go back to the right again. It's just an efficient way of doing it. It's not necessary. You can go with whatever you're comfortable with. Maybe you want to work the left side first. That doesn't matter. But this is a form of segment knotting that I find really works well for me. It's oh yeah, here was two of my strands got knotted together really bad. I was wondering if you'd be able to see that in the video, but towards the end, the string was just flipping around and somehow it just put a big knot and onto a neighboring string. And when I went to grab it, they were both together, and yeah, that was a mess. I forgot anything I was saying. I suddenly realized that was a thing. It's a fun pattern. It's a relatively easy pattern, just because I guess it repeats itself enough. The segment knotting helps a lot with that, in the sense that you're working spaces in a way that just makes it so that way, as long as you do the same thing again, it's going to work out. The only thing that kind of makes it a little bit more difficult is the fact that I flip it in the center and make it go back the other direction. So I don't know if that's going to make it too hard for a beginner. Again, I don't tend to think of beginners doing all 4 knots and all these zigzags and stuff. But I've noticed a lot more of people that are saying that they're new to friendship bracelets and they're taking on patterns kind of like this. So maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know. Maybe you guys should tell me. You guys tell me, is this easy or is this a bit of a challenge? Because I am kind of curious on that one. Yeah, so here's the darkest color finally going in. It's such a dark blue, it's almost black. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then here's the bright lighter colors right in the center. Makes a little diamond. Hey, we're in the middle. I use the middle as a reminder. I don't know if you're new to the channel, you might not know this, but I use it as a reminder because otherwise I would forget to thank my YouTube members for making all this possible. This was the last of the strings that have been, you know, already pre-made, you know, at some point, and that I'm trying to use up the strings and trying to make sure that none of it went to waste. So I'm sure at some point they helped me get this floss. So thank you guys very much for all your help and your contribution. It does go a long way to keeping the channel going. I was just recently asked, like, what is the driving force that keeps me wanting to keep going, just in general? Like, what is my life's drive to not give up on when the world just seems like so bad and everything else? And honestly, helping people get into making knots and bracelets and showing them how to do stuff that I can do, like just creating a pattern like this, because I mean, I had other patterns that kind of maybe even look like this, but maybe the strings, you know, maybe the dark one was further in or something was a little bit different with it. And rather than trying to mess with the pattern to try to force it to make it work, I could just start from scratch and do it and show you how easy that is, and, you know, make it a thing where, you know, we can actually kind of learn something about the whole process. And yeah, that's what kind of drives me. And the fact that I have people, members, who are actually paying some money each month, it's like $4 a month, to say that they want to see me continue this, that really helps me to want to keep going and do things and get up in the morning and get in here and record. So, you know, yeah, if you guys have questions, if you have patterns that you see a bracelet that you like, but you don't have the pattern for it, I can do that. I can show you how to do that. And yeah, I mean, I think everybody should be able to, you know, it's kind of, to me by now, it's an easy skill, but it still takes a bit of learning to how to do it. So yeah, I would love to teach you guys. So yeah, we're getting towards the end of it now. You can see the dark colors coming back. The lightest colors are starting to do their thing. Yeah, it turns out to be a really pretty, when the big reveal will show you it, but I think it turned out to be a really pretty bracelet. It's a lot of fun. The strings are relatively even. There was, you know, the light blue is slightly used more, but it was really not that much of a difference. So in case you're trying to cut it close, not a big deal. Yeah, so here's the lightest blue, gonna make its diamond. And then the dark one kind of comes around it, so. All right, guys. Hey, you made it through the video. That means a lot. Thank you so much for that. Big reveal coming up. If you haven't already, maybe you could hit that like button. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.